Good morning, guys. I'm Bryon the Grizzly, and this is The Rewind.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Rewind. I got Nzo in the building. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, brother. How you doing?
Man, I'm tired because you know what?
Yeah,
It's
me
my
too.
wife's birthday weekend, and I got to go to work, and she's gonna be pissed off. So,
No, I feel you on that one. I'm tired too, bro. I didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah,
turn around and say, "Hey, let's go."
but we still here. We still here doing what we got to do. So you understand, Mike, if you ever watch this on the replay, because I know you ain't getting up to watch it, it can be done.
Mike's like, "Why y'all? You need to be like 12-ish."
Like, no, it kind of beats the purpose of a morning show.
Exactly. So I hope you guys got your waffles, your pancakes, your cereal ready to go. Let's look at your comments before we even get started real quick, because I want to run through them real quick. Collector says, "Hey, Nzo, Bryon, how you doing this morning? I'm going to be a little late joining the chat. I'm finishing up Anthony Hopkins' autobiography. I have 34 minutes left."
Nice.
That's pretty fire. That's fire. Bryon, I know you're not a fan of John Campia, but I sent you a video of him talking about Paramount owning Warner Brothers. An article he was reading, he talked about what Paramount is going to keep and what they're going to get rid of. So I highly suggest you checking out the video. And I've read a couple of articles, something we're going to talk about today too, along with on that. It's just problematic. It really is problematic. And I know we're going to jump on and talk about a lot of different things. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about that too.
100.
Got Eli Who here. What's up? Hi, y'all.
What up, Eli?
Always wake and bake. Let's go.
What's up, Mama Bear?
Hey, Spoiler Queen in the building always. Appreciate you. Got Tony, Spoiler Queen. Don't mistake.
yeah, whatever.
What up, Tony? How you feeling, man?
Tony.
Cousin T, what's up? Got my Red Bull ready.
So early in the morning? Red Bull? Ooh, no.
You gotta stay awake, man. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I'd rather do the coffee thing,
100%. Wow, come on. Actually,
I don't like coffee.
Do the show. I go get coffee. You don't do, man. I didn't like coffee for a long time, and then I had a real job when I had to like do real stuff. Then got me up and just said F it. Ever since it's been all downhill.
I hate the taste of coffee, bro. I can't stand it. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like black coffee, but I drink, some cream. You know you like cream. Look at you.
I love the cream, but not in my coffee.
What up, Anik? Good morning.
What up?
So the Paramount sale is happening. Shows the upcoming reboot X-Files. I think they're going to be cutting all type of stuff. All the stuff that we're talking about, it's going to be awful. There's going to be new stars, new directions. And it's not good for us. I really don't think this is a good thing. I cannot wait to talk about it because, I guess everything that we're talking about today still kind of revolves around
100%
this whole Paramount stuff. So, Skydance is some bull crap.
Yep.
So coffee plus weed is wake and bake.
Facts. I'll skip the coffee, but I'm going to still wake and bake.
Just be ready to hear a lot of pro-Trump and Israel on CNN, CBS, and Twitter. Well, Twitter's already there. But the fact that CNN, dude, they're going to fire anyone who was liberal. Anyone's liberal. But where do you go for your news now? CBS, you can't do it. CNN, you can't do it. Like, it's
go
funny
to the
because Trump
OOC.
says fake news stuff, right? And now he's like, now he controls all the news.
100%. And he's going to be putting out fake news. You go to OOC for all your news and updates because we keep it real over there. Wednesday nights, 9 on Biggaford Entertainment. That's where you get your news from.
I want to hate on you, but but I can't.
You see, he said the same thing last night, right? We were backstage, we were talking, and he
I
said,
want
"Oh,
to
I
hate
want to
so
argue
hard.
with you.
I
I
want
want to hate on you. Like, what are we doing here, bro? This is
come on.
wow."
Someone needs to bring your big head butt down, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes you're right on par, So
Sometimes?
sometimes.
No,
Will
no, 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 no,
Paramount.
no. You said always wrong. I'm just letting you know.
And you are wrong. All of you are wrong.
There it is. Yes, I get to put more videos out. Will Paramount Television be renamed Trump TV? Paramount tells. Oh man, Skydance and then TTT.
Possibly.
Oh man, it's so much, so problem. I just can't even. You can't go to Fox News, can't go CNN, can't go CBS. I guess the only thing you can do that's almost okay is MSNBC.
Pretty much.
That's
Can't do ESPN, right? Can't do none of it. It's gonna be messed up, bro. Messed up.
It reminds you. It's like those books you used to read where propaganda and the government controls all your TV stuff. All your information is coming to you, is coming from your government. It sounds like how what Cuba was being talked about doing, and now that's what we're doing. This is not where we are now. This is crazy, man.
Facts.
It's a fake news network. Fake news. What up, Danny? Says, good morning, gents. I'm at a funeral as we speak. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, me too. But you still made time to check us out. I appreciate it.
So one of my co-workers' family members died. Hopefully I won't be there long. But you know what? It's good that you're also there to support them. That's
100%.
phenomenal, man. You're phenomenal for that. But we already know that about you, Danny. You had terrible takes, but you're a great person. So yeah, we all sorry to hear that. All right, guys, ran through that really quick because Nzo's about to erupt. So actually, normally we don't do this. I'm gonna put him in first position, and we're gonna allow him.
And you don't even have to put the article up. Just full screen me for a bit.
You heard the man. Maybe I gave it to him.
There we go. You see, I actually have some control over here now, and I'm still on the Spoiler Kings page, so there's good for that. All right. So the first topic that we have on the calendar today has to do with Jonathan Majors. And I'm giving you guys a little bit of warning right now. I'm going to rant, and I'm not going to be able to hold my tongue. Okay? We talked about this last night, and I just want to elaborate a little bit on what we talked about. I did a video. It's on my channel. Hopefully it played because I thought I had it today to play at 8 o'clock, and then it didn't. I had to change it. So hopefully it played. But if you look at it, you'll see a thumbnail. And on the thumbnail, I took the Django thumbnail, and I took Jonathan Major's face and put it on Samuel L. Jackson. And then I took Ben Shapiro's face and put it on Leonardo DiCaprio's character. It's a little bit how I'm feeling right now. Because I did watch Ben Shapiro's video last night, and it is 100% confirmed that Jonathan Majors is actually doing a movie with the Daily Wire.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how they got it in
there. It's okay. Jonathan Majors is doing a video with the Daily Wire, and I think that I have to go back to like some old OOC episodes, because I think that the Daily Wire trashed Jonathan Majors when he was going through his stuff with Jabari and all of that. I'm not 100% sure because I went on their channel to see if I could find it, and I really couldn't find any videos. So it's possibly that they took it down, but if they did do it and I have it, it's probably on the OOC, so I'll check that out and see if that's the case, but I'm not going to hold it on that right now. But at the same time, I get that we want to see Jonathan Majors succeed. I get that what Hollywood did to him was fucked up. I get that Black Hollywood has pretty much turned their back on him as well. I do think that has to do with a lot of the industry forcing them not to work with this guy. But get that money? Get that money? Are you fucking kidding me? Is this what we are telling our kids, to get that money at all costs, even if it's to step on the backs of our own people? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I get that Jonathan Major's crime did not, the punishment does not suit the crime. I get that 100%. We talked about this last night or Wednesday on the OOC, right? We talked about the individualism. We talked about all of that stuff. So you could go back and check that out if you want to look at what we actually talked about. I know that I personally have been a huge fan of Jonathan Major. The first time I seen Lovecraft Country, he was my favorite actor, not just black actor, my favorite actor, and possibly my favorite actor of all time. We are talking about Jonathan Majors doing a movie with a company that couldn't give two squirts of piss for his or my black ass. They don't care. We're talking about doing a movie company that puts out the narrative that the 50% of the population is black and we 13% of the population is black and we commit 50% of the time. We're talking about a company that funded a Candace Owens movie to prove that George Floyd died from fentanyl and not that fucking cop's knee on his neck. What are we talking about here? I can't support that. I cannot do it, right? Now, people may say, oh, Nzo, you're exaggerating. It's just a movie. He's trying to get that money. I'm going to tell you why I'm not exaggerating. Because Jonathan Majors will probably get, let's just say he gets $1 million. Let's say he gets $10 million for the role. But let's say that movie actually does well, makes a profit, makes 50, makes $100 million. What you just did is validated the Daily Wire's movie studio, a company now that made whatever they made off of the back of another black man. The same thing that all these companies have done to us for years. ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News. Y'all remember Family Matters. You remember The Cosby Show. You remember In Living Color. These studios built what they have now today off of our backs, and you can barely see us on their fucking channels today. And I'm supposed to accept the fact that now you want to make a movie with this company to get money? I can't do that. I cannot do that. I want to see Jonathan Major succeed, just like everybody else, but not like this. Definitely not like this. Now, we always talk about problems. We never actually talk about solutions. I'm going to give you a solution. Why the fuck are we acting like Hollywood is Jonathan Major's only choice? What Jonathan Majors needs to do is take the money that he gets from making this movie, because it's too late now, he's already doing it. Pay off your bills, whatever you have to do, pay that off, it's fine. Take the rest of that money, go independent, make your own movie, and put it on fucking YouTube. And I'm going to tell you why I say this. Because I watched a video, right? It was one of these, Paramount has ruined Star Trek kind of thing. And they did what they did. They created a law because there was a fan company that was trying to make a Star Trek movie. They made a set that looked exactly like the original Enterprise. They even had Captain Kirk, William Shatner, come to the set, sit on the chair, and he said, "This is my chair." They even got the dimensions right. But what Paramount did, because they were scared, is they made a couple of laws to where if you're doing a fan movie, it can't be more than 30 minutes. And anybody associated with Paramount Star Trek is not allowed to be in any of these fan-made movies. Jonathan Majors does not have that problem because he would be putting out something original. They said, and don't quote me on the number, but I'm sure it was about $50K to make what they were making on YouTube. So Jonathan Majors takes $50K of his time. You can't tell me he can get these up and coming workers, these up and coming people who want to do well to work on his project, maybe for a little bit of fee, maybe for free. They talked about they had volunteers working on that. Jonathan Majors could do the same thing. You do a 2-hour movie, you cut it up into 30-minute segments, you put it on YouTube. If those movies make a million, or if those movies or those segments get 1 million views each, you are balling. Not only are you balling, you have enough money to finance something going further, where he could do the last episode, has a cliffhanger at the end, and if it succeeds, you do the rest of them. He has options. He does not have to work for this racist organization. I know it may be a risk, but it's a fucking risk working for the Daily Wire, because now your career is completely done. No one's going to hire you after that as well. Gina Carano didn't get hired again, and she worked for them. I cannot and I will not accept this. I will, and I said it last night, Jonathan Majors is not going to care whether one person follows him or not. But if it's more of us, because Bryon was talking about, he don't care, he's still going to make his money, but he makes his money off of us, the fans. Yes, he gets paid by the studios, but if his movies don't bring fans to the fucking seats, then they're not going to hire him anyways. So you put it on YouTube. You take a chance on yourself. He does not have to go this route. And I will not support him, even if he goes back to Hollywood or does something like that, because of what he did now, because of the organization that he put his name behind. And I'm going to take it one step further. When this merger goes through, and you heard it here first, I will never watch anything under that Paramount banner, even for free. I'm done.
Okay. Let's talk about this. So first, we're gonna read this article just so you guys kind of understand where we're coming from. So it says Jonathan Majors makes a movie comeback in Daily Wire action pick filming this week in South Carolina. So it's happening immediately. It's happening this week. So Creed 3 Ant-Man star Jonathan Majors is shooting his first movie in 4 years as cameras roll this week in South Carolina on an untitled action film from the Daily Wire and Bonfire legend. So Kyle Rankin, Run High Fight, is directing from his own screenplay. The title, Plot and other cast are kept under wraps for now, but the story is said to be invented in 80s and 90s action movies, Red Dawn and Toy Soldiers, which were both about groups of teenage boys who had to band together to defeat invading enemies. That does sound problematic. Ben Shapiro and Dallas Sunier are producing the Daily Wire from Bonfire Legends, respectively. Travis Mills, Lillian Campbell, Sidney Ackerman are all also producing. Major's career was motoring following roles such as The Last Black Man in San Francisco, Creed 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Magazine Dreams, as well as series such as HBO's Lovecraft Country, but is dropped from numerous projects when he's found guilty of the 2023 assault stuff. I'm not even going to read the rest of that. Daily Wire Bonfire Legend has not shied away from opportunities to help resurrect careers of canceled actors. The conservative media brands, which are coming off their biggest projects to date, and TV. It's the Petrogon cycle. I'm not even going to tell you the rest of that because I don't care about them. But I actually wanted to go past all this stuff. Since the movie reunites Daily Wire, a bonfire legend with Rankin, who wrote Run, Hide, Fight, which starred Isabel May, Thomas Jane, and premieres in the Venice Film Festival in 2020. And talks about what Jonathan Majors is doing. But I want to get to some of these comments. This is what I want to talk about. Okay. These are the comments that we're getting. Looks like a lot of Team Majors people commenting here. He's an incredible actor with his reputation is incredibly tainted. So not just the court evidence of blah, 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 because they're stupid. It's not convenient, but working on yourself and letting some time pass can work wonders. The problem is taking this project comes with questions and judgment of character at a highly polarizing time. Maybe he can come back from all this. Maybe he'll just be relegated to trash bin of other fallen stars, finding solace in extremist adjacent media outlets. This one says Magazine Dream should have been a Daily Wire domestic release when the Majors servicing it for international territories. Daily Wire could have gotten a higher number, and that then an inevitable theatrical release, given the branding and audience exposure. However, this is still reticent and hesitation for major studios to collaborate with this firm Daily Wire because of their politics. Okay. Here's a lot more.
And I know what I will be missing when this merger goes through and I don't watch these movies. I know what I'm going to be missing. But at the end of the day, I can't do it. I'm not supporting them. I'm not. And we always say that we have to put our money where our mouths are because we're not going to get change if we don't do that. And I'm going to do that. I may be the only one, but fuck it. Sorry, cursing. I thought the cursing was over, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that.
I think this is the last one I'm going to read right here. You're delusional if you think the same audiences who watch Lady Ballers and Am I Racist would have made Magazine Dreams, box office smash. Daily Wire is just as guilty of making movies for half the country as you accuse the majors of. Yet the movies mostly bomb and their streaming service is running on fumes. It's not about politics, it's basic business. Why should a major studio attach itself to a company that can't even get its own core audience to show up? Okay. After all that, I want to talk about what you said more than anything. There's a lot of validity to the things that you say. Okay. And I'm mostly playing devil's advocate when I'm saying these things. How many companies are already conservative? How many of these companies are very conservative already? Like when we're talking about, Disney, when we're talking about Fox, when we're talking about Universal, how many of these companies have outwardly been against us, talking about things? How many of these companies have done that, or have been outwardly still doing that and just trying to pretend like they're not doing it?
See, that's the thing, right? And I agree with you. Most of them do, but I don't think any of them is as blatant as the Daily Wire, right? Daily Wire has been blatantly putting Black people down, has been blatantly discrediting us, has blatantly paid a Candace Owens to do videos to degrade us. And the reason why they have done, Bryon just lost his camera, so I'm going to hold it down for now. But the reason why they do that is so that they can sit there and say, listen, guys, we're not racist because we hired Candace Owens. We're not racist because we hired Jonathan Majors. No Hollywood studio wanted to mess with Jonathan Majors, but we got him. So we're not racist, guys. So everything that they say and do is validated because supposedly they have the token Black guy working for them.
No, you're right. That's true. But once again, every company, it seems like a lot of these companies are all the same, and they're doing the
Mhm.
same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
we're
probably
talking
are.
about one thing. So how much different? And I'm just literally playing devil's advocate because I actually agree with what you're saying. But how many other of these companies that people are working for? When you're working for Fox,
Mm-hmm.
how's that any different than what's going on now? If you're working for, what Disney's doing it when they're doing this stuff at the top, why is that any different? How's that any different?
I'd rather work for the devil I don't know than the devil I know. Right? If I don't know, I can and ignorance is not an excuse, but
Mhm.
I can at least claim ignorance. You can't claim ignorance with the Daily Wire. You just got to simply go on YouTube and you can figure out where they stand with us. You can go and figure out that they are using Jonathan Majors because let's not act like Gina Carano was some great actress when they did the movie with her.
Mhm.
But now you have Jonathan Majors, a thespian, someone who I think is probably better than 99% of the people in Hollywood.
Mm.
And now you have him validating what you do. When are we going to learn that we need to stop fucking doing stuff like this? Because at the end of the day, it's making them money and bringing us down. He's not gonna get propelled for this. It's not for him. He may love doing acting because that's what I heard on
Yeah,
a video that
he does love
he
acting.
he loves acting.
Not able to do the things that he wants to be able to do. That he loves to do.
But if you can do something on YouTube for 50K, right? It doesn't have to be the best, but if you do something for 50K, like I said, the movie, cut it into 4 pieces, and you get 1 million views on each one of those, put one out a month. One out a month.
Yeah,
You
but
get
you
a
have to do.
million
Maybe
views.
he's not good at producing. He's not doing good at
He doesn't
production.
have
He's not
to.
doing any of that stuff.
He doesn't have to. You can't tell me that Jonathan Majors can't get okay, so the people that did the Star Trek movie, right?
Mhm.
They also had original Star Trek characters in their fan favorite show for free. Are you telling me Jonathan Majors couldn't go to someone like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother and give him $3,000 to do it? Because he was going to do a movie with Cam for $3,000. So he could get that guy. He could get a lot of actors out there who aren't in Hollywood to do movies for less or even free. And you can even tell them, be like, listen, if this shit pops off on YouTube, I'm going to pay you. But right now, we're doing it for free. We're going to see how it goes. And if it goes great, and even if it doesn't go really great, where it's not getting 1 million views, but 600K views, I think Jonathan Majors is a guaranteed to get 600K views, if not more, on YouTube. That's a chunk of change. That shit made ABBA and Preach a millionaire. So that's a chunk of change that he can now say, okay, let me break you off a little something here. Let me break you off a little something here. Hollywood is not his only choice in this day and age. It's not. There are way too many other avenues where he can make money, and you're doing it on your own. So you're creating your own script, your own narrative, and you're giving people who may be wanting to get up in the industry a name for themselves because they'll be doing the editing, they'll be doing the visual effects, and you can get all that done. Some of these fan movies look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He can't do that. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. And that's the problem that I have, because we're acting like this is his only choice, and it's not. And I'll be honest with you, he probably should have did it like 2 years ago. He probably should have did what I'm talking about with the YouTube 2 years ago. Shannon Sharp has made a crazy amount of money on YouTube. I know it's not doing movies or anything, but Shannon Sharp is making bank. He's making more money on YouTube than he did playing football.
Yeah.
And if Jonathan Majors does something like that, that pops off, goes viral, then he will make more money doing that than he would have made with any studio. definitely more money than he's making with the Daily Wire. What are we talking about here, man?
I don't know if that's what he wants though. I don't think that's what his focus is I think he wants to be an actor. You have a dream when you're a kid, and his dream is more about, you know, what he wants to be, this amazing actor that be in the realm of Denzel, in the realm,
Mhm.
all those things. So like, man,
He right, he does.
so you know,
He can
Andrew,
do that
you're
on
right,
his own.
you're right,
He,
but he does. That's not what he's thinking. He wants to be he wants to get back.
because I don't
Never could get back.
think anybody
And that's what it
talked to
is.
him about that. I
I think
don't
his
think
team
anybody
has.
might have.
I just don't think.
You think so?
I think
Okay,
his team
maybe.
has. I think that's just not him. And I think that at the end of the day, it seems like it's not him. And we're trying to make him into something that he's just not. And
I'm not trying to.
isn't that kind of the problem though? Because these stars are not what we want them to be. We
You're
want
right.
them to be this thing, and they're not.
You're right. We put people on pedestals when we shouldn't. I put Jonathan Majors on a pedestal. He's just a regular human being. I get that 100%. I also get the fact that you said last night when we were talking about it that having him supposedly have the weight of all black people on his back is unfair for him, which I do agree with 100%. But at the end of the day, I think we have to have some sort of morals and understand that what he is doing is very dangerous.
Yep.
What he is doing is very dangerous because if he gives Daily Wire any kind of validation, it's over. It's over, bro. They are going to be validated with the stuff that they say, and they will be validated to say that we are not racist because we gave this black man a chance. It's like saying, hey, little N-word, come and get your bone. Come make us some money. We'll pay you, but
I don't
we
know
are
if it's
going
that
to.
bad, but yeah,
It's that bad. It is that bad, bro. It
I
is
think
that bad.
because
It's
I
the
think the
house
reason why I was
and
reading was because they're not big, they're not anything special. This company, and honestly, it's probably going to fizzle and it's probably going to ruin his career. It's most likely that's
100%.
most likely what's going to happen.
Mhm.
But the problem is the chances you're taking, because if you do validate it, that is an issue. But he's thinking about just once again, I talked about it last couple of times that we've been doing this. It's individualism versus a group mindset.
Mhm.
And people don't want to have that group mindset anymore.
Mhm. And you said it correctly too, right? Because you said it's a small company. Nobody really cares about them. Wasn't that Fox? And what did Fox
do?
what
You know,
huh?
how did Fox become
in Living Color? All the black shows that they were putting on there that other networks wouldn't put on there? Now you go turn Fox and tell me how many black shows are on that network right now.
Yeah.
How many black shows do we have on NBC? How many black shows do we have on CBS or ABCs? None. So you built off of our back and then you threw us to the curb. That's exactly what Daily Wire. Yes, and that's exactly what Daily Wire will do. UPN, correct. Exactly what Daily Wire will do to us and Jonathan Majors.
I think it's even more. The problem is Daily Wire makes movies for one half of the country, not the other half of the country.
Like the videos, like the article said, yes.
That's the problem. So you really are. You're not doing it for any. You're not doing movies or any stuff for black people. But has Jonathan Majors ever said that's what he wanted?
No. But I think he implied that.
He implied it. He
right?
did imply it.
He's implied that many times. You know what I mean? I watched the interview that he did with Cam Newton, and he was pro-black. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So he was that. He has implied that. He has implied that I want you to be my Coretta.
Yeah. That's you can't use those words
and then go work for the Daily Wire.
Exactly. No, I can't argue with that.
And I also think that this get money regardless of what the situation is what our problem as Black people is, because that's how we've always been. Get money, screw everybody else.
I don't think that's how we always have been. I think this is something that's
Well,
happened more recently. And I think this
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
right,
how do you
yeah, yeah,
disband the civil rights movement? How do you get rid
yeah,
of it?
yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah, yeah,
by,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you
You're
get
correct.
yours instead
You're
of getting
correct. I
ours.
misspoke. We haven't always been like that.
Mhm.
But in the past, let's say 20, 30 years, that's where we've been at. Right?
Okay.
We weren't always like that. We were always about family. We talked about that on the OOC, where if you did something wrong, your neighbor was calling your parents
Exactly.
or giving you
Or come and give you the whooping.
whooping. You know what I mean? So you're correct. We weren't always like that, but we have been programmed to be like that. But
Mhm.
now we have to deprogram to not be like that. And
All right,
Jonathan
so
Majors doesn't help.
let me pull this one. We had super chat in, so I gotta bring Danny in.
Yep.
This is gonna kind of troll on you a little bit, but let's see. Say, whoa, boy, the bromance is over. Breakups are hard. Brian, we have to send Nzo to therapy, bro. I got you. Come on, hold it together. It's okay.
Of course you're gonna say something, Danny, but it's because I'm hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I again, like I said, and Danny, you've trolled with me all the time, man. This guy was my favorite actor. And I will honestly say, probably Harrison Ford has always been my favorite actor of all time. Has always been, until I started watching Jonathan Majors. Until I started watching, and I may have got on him late because I know he did a movie before he did the Lovecraft Country. But when I seen him in Lovecraft Country, I just thought he was amazing in it. I said, yo, this guy is really good. Then he did The Harder They Fall, and it was over. Like, there was no other actor I wanted to see succeed more than I want to see Jonathan Majors succeed. There is none. I think he's better. And this is just my opinion. Bryon may not agree with me, but I think he's better than Aldous Hodge. I think he's better than the Black actors that we're watching right now. I think he has more range than all of them.
That's not wrong. I mean, yeah, he probably does.
And I think that he would be one of the top actors of all times, there with Denzel Washington, Daniel Day-Lewis. I wanted to see him succeed. So this is very disappointing to me when I hear this stuff. I just think that we need to get off of this get money type of thing, regardless the situation. I think we need to move away from that, and we need to find other avenues. And I gave an avenue. YouTube is not easy. I've been on here for fucking 6 years, and I ain't big. I ain't huge. I don't do it for those reasons. But Jonathan Majors, and I'll tell you what he would have to do, right? What he could do. Put out a video first, right? Before you have everything filmed, you put out a video. That way it gets enough views and enough subs that he's monetized before he even puts out his series that he's doing. Then boom, you drop one a month. There's no reason why Jonathan Majors wouldn't get 1 million views on YouTube. There's no reason.
Man. I mean, it's hard to argue with you with any of this stuff. This is really problematic, and he's doing things that we just don't think that he would do. It doesn't seem like it's him. It doesn't seem like it's him. So I want to be more patient. I want to see what's going on, what happened of it. But everything I'm seeing just seems like it's exactly what you're saying.
I wanna be able to give him the benefit of the doubt too. I want to be able to understand that he needs money. I want to be able to understand all of that. But I also understand that this is not the only option. It's really not. You know what I mean? You may have to put some of your own money in there to get what you want to do on YouTube. But if you do that and you do something that's right and you do something that's proper, you're going to make even more money than you would have made working for Hollywood, and especially the Daily Wire. So,
all right, Anzo, I need you to click on the comments because everything is shutting down.
not a problem. I can see you can't even get your camera up there. Hey, listen, You guys remember a couple weeks ago, I was having nothing but issues. It's Bryon turned this way. So I can really trash him if I want to. Oh, if this was my StreamYard, I would have so many um phantom zones ready for him. But yeah, we're gonna get into the comments real quick. So I want to start from the beginning. I know Danny sent that super chat. But Danny, who's always trolling, my boy, said, "Y'all act like Siskel and Ebert. In reality, y'all Kaka and Farrakhan. With y'all two, a movie or show is either trash or racist." Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's
I
wrong
have
with that?
levels. What are you talking about? Don't be saying that, Danny. I have levels. I could say other things.
Tony said F the Lee Wire, 100%. At the end of the day, Anzo, people work for the devil all the time. So you should be upset with Disney. They make millions off of black and brown people, 100%. But the problem is that they don't run out there and basically show everybody how racist they are. They at least try to keep it under wraps, right? And not to mention the fact that I think Disney, especially them, are the ones who are race bending a lot. Those are the ones that are doing other things as well. So it's hard to just say that, oh, yeah, they're the devil, but I get it. We talked about that. In fact, change the name from We Ryan to Kaka and the Militant One. Wow, Danny. I saw Scream 7 last night. It's trash, very disappointing. I heard that. I heard that already. Justice for Jonathan Majors. I have wanted nothing but justice for Jonathan Majors from day one. From day one. From this shit happened to him, I don't think that his crime deserves the punishment that he deserves to be blacklisted from Hollywood for it. I
No,
really
no,
don't.
no way.
There's no way. Kyrie didn't even say anything racist about Jewish people, but Nike kicked him off, even though Nike major profits off of black and brown people, not from the Jewish community. Yeah, but Kyrie also said some outlandish crap, and he posted. He didn't say anything, but he actually posted an anti-Semitic video or movie or whatever it was, a documentary. He posted it and he actually kind of agreed with what was being said in it. So that's why they did what they did with him. He said, I'm supporting Paramount and Warner Bros by watching it for free because I'm not paying them monthly. I am not even going to watch it for free, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that. And I know you guys are going to be like, you're bullshitting, right? If Superman movie comes out, you're not going to watch it, or I don't care if you guys tell me it's the best movie in the world. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nicolas Cage loves acting. He only does movies if he likes the project, not
Yeah.
salary based. Absolutely.
Mm.
Fernando said, "You're cooking, Onzo. Thank you very much." Said I popped in at the right time. Nathan Fillion is doing projects on YouTube / Instagram, supplement his income. Absolutely. 100%. These platforms, especially for these celebrities, are gold mines. It's an industry that they haven't even tapped in yet. And if you're telling me that you can get a fan made movie that is better than anything that they are doing in Hollywood, then there's no reason Jonathan Majors can't do it. There's no reason.
Hey, look at
And
that.
have you seen him? Said, I completely agree. Maybe you should come out and try coming back in.
I literally had to replace a camera
Oh,
and
there you go.
and everything. I had to replace. I was running around, going back, taking this one, unplugging this thing, put it all back in.
He said, if Stuckman can make a movie through YouTube, why can't Jonathan Majors? Exactly.
But
There
there's a
are
movie
millions.
maker. Okay, so I do want to ask this question. I feel like,
Sure.
did you ever get to the super chat with
No, let me get to collector super chat
yeah.
real quick. Said I just finished the Anthony Hobson autobiography. It made me sad knowing he will not be around for much longer. He was born in 1939. Yeah,
Dude?
it sucks. We all
Yeah.
get old. We all die. It sucks.
It does suck. It does. But I do say, Anthony Hopkins is a phenomenal actor, and I think that's what I'm getting at too. And do you think actors Do you think he owes us? Because what are actors? Actors, they're doing this, but the way that they get paid is for us to come to their movies, for us to support them. Does he owe us an explanation? Does his people owe us something? Should he say something?
Honestly, I don't think anybody owes anybody anything. I don't think he owes us anything. I think maybe an explanation would be nice, but now Jonathan Majors is going to go on circuits. He's going to go on this media tour promoting the Daily Wire. The Daily effing Wire, bro. I don't know if you've seen the documentary, but that Candace Owens documentary was a
No.
travesty.
Well, I can tell you that I've never watched anything from the Daily Wire.
A-
Never.
And
Nothing.
I watched
So-
I watched only like the first. She literally went to his family. She tricked them into thinking that she was doing a puff piece, and then when got into the interview with the family, totally flipped the script and started talking about BLM and how bad they are and this and that. And this was funded by the Daily Wire.
Okay. Is there anything that can happen with this Daily Wire thing that can make you rethink your comments? What is there anything that they could do that they're saying, we realize we're partnering with someone who's more liberal to try to figure out a different way of doing things? We look at this world and we see, if this company says we look at this world and we see all the hate that's out there and we don't want to be part of it anymore. Is there anything that they can do to make you rethink this stance?
I will never believe them. And the reason why I will never believe them is because they have been crapping on Black people for over 10 years. You don't just all of a sudden flip up and say, you know what, guys, we were wrong. We're not. No, they don't. Because Ben Shapiro, up until maybe even last year, was still splewing the Black people stuff. He has. Okay, so you know who's a part of the Daily Wire? Matt Walsh.
Oh, fuck.
Matt Walsh. Did you hear what he said about sinners?
Yep.
So Ben Shapiro may not be the one that's run, and he does, but I'm just saying, let's just say he decides he does it. He may not, because he's the owner. So he may not be the one running around saying the Black people stuff, but he's hiring the people to say it because he still needs to get it out there. Matt freaking Walsh.
Okay. I just went through those comments. I don't know where you left out for it, so
I'll leave it on here. I left it out right here.
So there are millions of things he could have done. Yep. He doesn't rely on Hollywood.
Have
you seen the T says, I agree with that. People are trying to make him into a hero and a martyr. So he said, Hey, the collector. This is lame. This is a lame movie to me. I am all for people getting their money, but this ain't the way.
Facts.
And it's too bad.
Facts.
Fernando says, Bryon Jonathan Majors has other good options. He needs to start over rather than likes or he likes it or not. Yeah, that's basically it. He needs to do something different.
100%.
And, honestly, you look at Megan Good. Megan Good has been doing, Lifetime movies. She's been doing things with BET movies. She's had to kind of change up things that she was doing too.
And you doing your own thing. You have you starring and Megan Good starring as well, right? Now, you don't have to have this elaborate, and you're right. Maybe Jonathan Majors is not a writer,
That's
right?
not him.
Maybe he's not. But you can put out a call. You can call some of these.
There's no
writer.
Hollywood. It seems like this is going to support. But what if he decided to do this for himself and create this new space? Maybe he doesn't have it, though. But what do you do? What do? You come on a business plan. You go to other Black studios. You don't have to have your name on this, but can you give me seed money to start something? Those are all good points. I think you're right with that. Even though I don't agree that Jonathan Majors is a better actor than Lakeith Stanfield, but
okay.
I don't think
I like Lakeith too, so I'm not going to say anything on that one as well. I think he's absolutely phenomenal as well, 100%.
So I think Michael B. Jordan is better than him. I think Lakeith Stanfield is better than him. But I think Jonathan Majors is in that same ilk. He's on the same level. So, it is sad, but just sucks. Remember how black BET was back in the day? It's not black anymore. I wonder why. I wonder who owns
Facts.
BET, guys.
100%.
Do you know?
100%.
That Coretta line ain't pro-black. It's a delusional talk, and that bleeds into insanity for me.
I feel you, but my point of saying it was just the fact that he does, recognize black people, and he's black, and he has to do right by us.
Do you think now if is it possible? What if he can't? He does a Kanye West to say, "Hey, I was suffering from bipolar disorder. I made bad decisions, and all those things weren't actually what I wanted to do. But I got stuck in this contract, and I'm going to apologize to everybody." If he says that, you still won't support him, right?
I like to give people second chances.
I mean, this is a lot of what ifs, so this is not necessarily fair to Lonzo, but this is
100%. I like to give people second chances, sometimes even third chances, and I can't sit here and honestly say because that I will never support him for the rest of my life. I'm angry with it now, right? Maybe if he does come out and says, "Listen, I was struggling, I didn't," and condemns Daily Wire and stuff like that, he may get on my good sources right then. But if I'm him or if I'm Daily Wire, you put it in your cause that no matter what happens, you can never say anything bad about us.
Yeah, I don't sign anything about that. You don't sign it with any other big studio. You don't sign it with a small studio. You don't do that.
I get you. Yeah. But I would just have a feeling that Daily Wire might try and pull some crap like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
did you get the sticker? I don't know. She said she sent something to you because I wasn't there.
Okay, I'm not sure. Sorry, Mama Bear, if I missed it.
I'm gonna go back through. Jonathan Majors comparing himself to MLK was very foolish of him. She said she sent a screenshot to Nzo just in case.
He did?
Yeah. Harrison Ford is my top 5 actors. Al Pacino is my number 1. I don't have Harrison Ford in the top 5, but that's But Nzo does. The whole situation is a huge disappointment to me. Yeah, I agree with you, team.
Yeah, she sent it was a trophy case thing, a trophy cake. I hope it's because I was cooking.
You're phenomenal.
Right?
You're phenomenal. You're cooking. You're doing the thing. Most folks sell out when they get desperate. Unfortunately, Nzo, when you have and this is kind of what I was saying last night. Not that you say it excuses everything, but you have to understand what's happening. Understand when you're desperate, all bets are off. You have goals and values until you have nothing to eat, until you then start to rationalize saying all those people in Hollywood that said they're gonna have my back, they haven't had my back. And then you get angry with everybody, and then he says F it, and he does something stupid. And that's why I want to take the wait and see, even though everything that you're saying I agree with. I want to take the wait and see because I want to see if he comes back to his senses. I'll never support it. I don't want to condemn it yet because he will. I want him to come out and say it. I want him to say it. I want to hear his response beforehand.
You know what's funny too? Because I've always said you are a smart dude. So because this is one of the reasons why I couldn't sleep last night, because it was bothering me, bro. It was really bothering me. So I was like, I know when I come up with this, Bryon is going to see exactly what I'm talking about. I got a visitor now.
And you're right about this stuff, but it's just I try not to. I know we all make mistakes and we all say stupid stuff and we all do stupid things, but then I need to have a response to see what his response is to it. And I'm hoping that it's something like that. But you know what? That allows you to be distant from it but still see what it comes out to be. Eventually we'll know if Nzo, if you're 100% right and this dude is just using us to, push his own narrative out there. And when it's convenient for him to do it, it's good. When it's not convenient, he's doing this stuff. Whatever he got to do. So that'll tell us a lot. So I keep hearing everyone talk about this man like they know him personally, and that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know. We don't know where
Mhm.
everyone is. You don't know where you stand. And once again, I say America. You see what America is.
Mm-hmm.
It's individualistic. There's not any group mentality. You don't do things for the culture. You do things for yourself. That's happening.
Mm-hmm. And that's the exact thing, right? You are correct. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. I don't know what he's going through. I really don't know what he's going through. But at the end of the day, I always look at myself, and I know not everybody's like me or what I do. I would just be like, nah, bro, I can't do that, right? We always talked about it on the OOC. Like, would you turn into like a Candace Owens if they paid you enough money? And I'm like, I don't think there's enough money to have me go on there crapping on my own people,
Yeah,
whether
there's
I
not
mean
enough
it or
money in the
not.
world. It's
You
not
know
enough
what I
world
mean?
because I have to look at my children.
Exactly.
I have to look at
Exactly.
my family. I have to look at my mother and father. I have to look at my grandparents. I have to look at the people that did all these things for me. I couldn't look them in the eye if I did something like that. So no,
Exactly.
there's not enough money in the world. Let's not
Mhm.
defend Kyrie Irving. He's always been dumb. A dumbass in an NBA. He is a flat earther, guys. He's a flat earther.
Yeah, I know.
I can't do that. So I see you. Finally, I made it through.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Jonathan Majors is better than Hodge or Xavier off of Paradise. Oh yeah, that's huge. I will have to think on that. Both of cats have range as well. That's a hard one to say. Who is better of the three? Sterling King Brown is better than everybody, probably all of them. But Sterling King Brown's been doing it for a long time. Sterling King Brown has
100%.
more things behind him.
100%.
So
100%. I think
he's what Jonathan Majors wants to be. He's the thespian that he wants to be. Yeah.
Right. And I think if maybe we would have got more stuff with Jonathan Majors, we would be able to actually have a great comparison. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But for me, and I said personally, for me, he's my favorite actor. So,
Dude, yeah, I think T, you're right. The press tour is going to be insane. I agree, Mom.
Yep.
I don't know why the gifts we can't see on the vertical screen. It's on stream. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Said Candace Owens is whack.
100%.
So Anthony Hopkins will always be Hannibal Lecter to me. But that actually makes the point a little bit, Fernando. You can do a role that will stick with you forever.
Ever. Yep.
So you have to be careful what you do because you can't stick forever. See, I promise you one of those to-be directors will give him a shot. I think it's a personal thing. You have you have this thing and you say, I'm not a Tubi guy. I can't be that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. And man, if you've seen some of those Tubi movies, you would understand why too. But if you really need a paycheck, you do 5 of them and you're okay.
It's a crazy work for Jonathan Majors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Columbus Short and Isaiah Washington stay employed. Yeah, and Columbus Short has some stuff he said, man.
Yep.
Said Megan Good is so fine. Do you know Megan Good is 44?
Yeah.
You know how old Jonathan Majors is?
He's 30 something.
38.
35? 38. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black don't crack, homie.
His cracked. But, black black may not crack, but it definitely does wrinkle. So
oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Sterling K. Brown's a superior actor. Yeah, I agree. I think it might be it for Buddy because the black audience is the only audience that's really pulling for him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I try to figure out how can you pull for him after this, you know? That's just me.
He said, disagree, Bryon. Jonathan Majors is a way better actor than Michael B. Jordan. What I saw from Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger and Black Panther, I think he has a lot of range too. I think he also could carry a movie. He's strong enough to carry a movie. You know, we haven't seen it for Jonathan Majors, so I don't know. Even though I think Jonathan Majors has done more depth pieces, I think Michael B. Jordan could do those things too. But he's also a little bit more agreeable. He's smiling all the time, so it's hard to see him doing darker roles. And I think that's going to be something that's going to challenge Michael B. Jordan going forward in his career.
I'm actually on Fernando's side on this one. I do think Jonathan Majors is a better actor than Michael B. Jordan. But again, it's all subjective, right? It's who you like and who you dislike. So yeah.
Do you see Jonathan Majors doing the stuff that I don't know if he could carry the movie like Michael B. Jordan because it's Hollywood, and then so that's part of it in itself too. And only time's going to tell because we might not have any more Jonathan Majors. And there's a lot of people, just like there's a lot of great singers out there that don't get put on anymore. There's a lot of great basketball players don't get put on anymore, and now there's going to be a lot of people acting that won't get put on anymore.
Absolutely.
Can you take over because I'm seventh call I got in a row.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do your thing. Or do we leave off? All right. Here he says, and I'm 90% sure he will die in this movie. You know what's funny? I thought about that too, but he is the star, so I don't think he's gonna die. He said, "Of course you were cooking. Thank you, appreciate it." Shaking my head, I disagree. Um, go to the theater if you are an actor. Yeah, 100%. There's other things that he could have done. There's other things that he could do. He does not need to go and do movies with the Daily Wire. He just doesn't need to do that. Super chat here from Collector Movie Man. Thank you, Collector Movie Man. Much appreciated. As you guys can see, I had a visitor for like 5 minutes. My cat is all over me, and now I got cat fur all up in my face. And yeah, so I do this. It was a weird stream, but said Harrison Ford, Anthony Hopkins, Denzel Washington, Clint Eastwood, Robin Williams. Your favorite actors? That's a good list. That's a really good list. You know what I mean? I would probably put Denzel Washington over Anthony Hopkins but Anthony Hopkins is an amazing actor, 100%. I think the Paramount wasn't going to stop until it had Warner Brothers. It was all leading to this. Yeah, they weren't going to stop. They knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they pushed until they got it. It's crazy. Black men are still getting screwed over for dating white women in these modern times. 100% they are. You know what I mean? It's messed up. I just like Candace Owens, but some of the ish she says kind of true. Not about the 8% is on spot. Not true. Not all, but the 8% is spot. You know what? I'm gonna give you this. I do think Candace Owens does sometimes make valid points, but then she'll do something that'll be like, "What?" and it just devaluates everything else she says. It just does. You're not a Tubi guy, but you're a Daily Wire guy. Facts. Facts. Facts.
Oh, okay.
Facts.
I see you, T.
Say what you want to about the quality of their movies, but Tubi is a great service. Yeah, 100% it is. You're correct. You're correct. That's my issue. There are ways to making a living. Absolutely. Majors is a better actor. I got you. I wish Thor and Cats was Thanos in the cabin scene.
I wish I and Cat was Thor and Cat. Okay.
I got you. And he said, I just picked up 4 new movies yesterday. Ben Here on 4K, Avengers Infinity War on 4K, and High Plains Drifter on 4K, and The Outsiders on DVD. Very nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Anzo complaining about wussy in his face. What's wrong with him? It's my cat. Now I gotta put it over to Bryon, right? And have him come on so I can go and get my lint brush and get all of this stuff on my face because it's itching me right now and I can feel the cat fur on there. I don't know what happened to this cat this morning, but I love my catty.
Cat came and said, no, you need to calm down. That's what it is. You got to calm back down. Forget it. Let's talk about something else.
Facts, 100%. So Bryon, handle that. I can still hear you. Let me just go and clean up this crap, all right?
All right, we're going to do this next one real quick. So we're going to move on to the next topic because the Jonathan Majors thing is a huge thing. I think we're going to have a stream about it specifically and see what's actually happening. Until then, let's move on to this next topic. So I want to do it right now. All right. In the ilk of this, I'm going to talk about something that I really want to talk about. And that is comic books. All right, we're gonna say it says Milestone's history changed to reflect a deal with DC or Lex Luthor. So this is the DC universe. It's the Dakota incident. This is where you're getting a lot of Milestone milestone characters. You know, we have Static, we have Icon, we have Steel, you know, we have Hardware, we have all these great Milestone characters, great black characters. And this has been a new thing that they're doing at DC's universe, Dakota Incident. There's been controversy about it. So, you know, there's a challenge put out there. So they sell over 100,000 copies of this issue 1. And we know when it was coming out, came out this past Wednesday. But a week before it came out, DC released it online. Oh, they said it was an accident. So once it went online quickly, they pulled it back. But now once it was online, everyone has it. So they were able to go and see all this stuff on digital. So you had a digital copy of the comic book. DC itself doesn't have to worry about it because they already sold all their comic books to the comic book stores and providers. So it doesn't bother them. But now this is what's going on. I think it hurt their sales a little bit, but this is a huge thing. But I want to go over what this article is saying. It said, all right. So Milestone's history has changed, reflect the DC deal or Lex Luthor. I said, and there was thinking today, the Ultimates 21 was rather on the nose when it comes to addressing Marvel Comics. Stan Lee and his illusions of change approach to comic superhero heroics. The new history of the DC Universe, Dakota Incident, is published, so goes far further. Because once upon a time, Milestone Media published a new superhero universe printed and distributed by DC Comics. Static, Hardware, Blood Syndicate, and Icon set in the fictional city of Dakota. It saw radioactive gas used to mark rioters and anyone else who was in the vicinity. It also contained quantum juice developed by physicist Nathan Flack under the funding and precognition of Dharma, who foresaw the new breed of metahumans capable of saving the world from an impending apocalyptic disaster, which would be generated by its use. Even in 90% of those dosed, it will kill. The survivors gained powers and the events became known as the Big Bang. The new heroes were the Bang Babies, and the Milestone kind of merged with DC. There were crossovers, but then it seemed to be all forgotten, occasionally popping back for reboots and relaunch there, eventually being dropped again when Dwayne McDuffie died. This is 2011. Another founder, Michael Davis, was seemingly barred from returning, and Reginald Hudlin, who also did Black Panther, which is phenomenal. Hudlin's one of the best writers that we've ever had, Black Panther. Reginald Hudlin took over things for a bit, but not for long. The Milestone characters did appear rather briefly, glossed over the new history of DC Universe by Mark Waid. The first Icon came to America as a baby in the 19th century in the first issue of the new history. And then look at Milestone characters as they appeared in the 20th century with Alva Industries and tech company formed by Edwin Alva. Behind the emergence of Milestone characters, Alva chief engineer Calvin Metcalf, who betrayed Alva and became the superhero Hardware, now made responsible for using the Big Bang to create new super soldiers. Soldiers. There's something that is implied with Static Shock TV series, and now it's part of DC's canon. We got this double page splash, which is beautiful, with all these characters in it. So we got Static Shock, who is one of the biggest, well-known black characters out of Milestone. We have Icon down here, who is basically Black Superman, who we also thought was what Jonathan Majors could have been perfectly cast as. We have Rocket here. We have Hardware. So the Blood Syndicate's down here. So, and that's the whole idea. Then that's just a quick rundown of what Milestone was doing. And I'm going to tell you that, at the ending of the line in the superhero Dakota had all mysteriously disappeared and seemed to have been the impetus of some creators of DC Comics to give Milestone characters a proper history. So today we have the new history of the DC Universe, the Dakota incident. Even though it's briefly released on the DC Universe Unlimited app 2 weeks ago, for unknown reasons, seems like we know what the reasons are.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to read this entire article because it actually goes through the entire comic book. Tells you what's going on, gives you pictures, and the history of it. It's an incredible article, and how these characters have always been around. And you see some things that Superman does that you're not going to necessarily like. You have things that Batman does, and the Justice League kind of leaves them hanging. It's really interesting, and the Icon makes a decision at the end of the comic book. And of course, you see we have Lex Luthor in it. We have Amanda Waller in it. She gets taken over, a lot of stuff. So this is a phenomenal read. I'm just going to tell you that. I want to get to the end of what it says.
Because go ahead. No, I was gonna say, because I know I don't know too much about this, but we had a discussion backstage. So, and I'm gonna ask you the same question so that you can answer it on the show here to let the people know. But if what they did was the first time they did that, it's messed up, bro. That is messed up.
So what we said is that they released this 2 weeks beforehand. So what it does is it stops people from having to go out there and read it for their own on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
I could see them actually doing this
to sabotage. And I know we had the conversation. Mike was there, and it was like, why would they want to sabotage their own property?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do these companies do anything they do? You know what I mean? Exactly. And again, Milestone is Black owned, right? Or you well, yeah. The
Milestone was 100 black created, Black owned, Black everything. Yeah. So it was 100% all of them. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And the one comic that you do it to is the Black owned comic. I have to question that. I really do. And again, it goes back to what we said earlier. Yeah, maybe sometimes a lot of these people are actually working for the devil, but some of them hide it a little bit better than others. This is blatant to me. This is absolutely blatant sabotage.
Okay, here we go. So basically, Superman says you're on your own. You guys got to figure this stuff out. Justice League leaves. So a ceasefire and a restriction of the superpowers being used in all Dakota, and the deal being done with Black Lightning taking the role of chief appeaser. Okay. Says, and the Milestone universe will basically just go away, cease to exist, no longer be bothered. Dakota will no longer be heard from. Okay. And hands are shaking. There's things going. Here's the thing. It's not just about Milestone Universe and the DC Universe, is it? It's about Milestone Media and DC Comics. So the Black entity in DC that bought it. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what this whole thing is about. Whatever agreement was made, it shut Milestone down. Milestone went away. No one in DC Universe went to the Dakota anymore. And a few blips aside, the only way this has stayed, and now the deal, whatever it was. Well, it's canon. The comic book targets the very history of DC Comics and its president at the time, because right now, Lex Luthor isn't president of the USA. He is president of DC Comics, asking Milestone, the Black company, to sign their soul away. His name was Paul Levitz. And the principal figures of Milestone Media have just signed away Milestone, never to return, and that is the mystery mentioned by Mark Waid. In the earlier, the new history of the DC Universe exploded, and the future of that Milestone could have been here, however brief, to tell Static just what they lost. We are left in questions. What would the future of the Milestone be? Does anyone at DC Comics actually realize the nature of the story that has been published? Who was killed? Edwin Alva. It's the idea that maybe someone was killed in Milestone to get them to get to this point, Milestone, and change the history of Milestone. Anyway, the future is waiting. Spinning out of the pages, the new history of DC Universe uncovered an untold moment in DC history where the murder led to an all-out war between the heroes of Dakota City and the U.S. government, and becomes a battlefield, which must Static, Rocket, and others sacrifice to keep their loved ones safe. But as heroes fail in the past, the stage is set for the return in the present. And the reason I'm reading this is because that was a big problem with Milestone. Milestone sold to DC because they couldn't get distribution. They couldn't continue to do this. And DC
Mhm.
they had a deal with DC, but then after the original creator dies in 2011, they just kind of left it to the wayside. And I think this entire comic book is literally talking about, when you think about the president, you talk about United States, it's talking about DC. And then now these superheroes that you have, these people that have put so much forth for them, for this company, for people of color having these superheroes, but they sold their soul away for what? And that's the question, because I know we talked about Jonathan Majors. You sell your soul away for what?
Exactly. And another thing too is, this is another tactic that they use, right? So they use us to prop up their property, but then if we have a property that is doing well,
they buy us out.
Black Panther, they buy us out, and then they kill it.
Yep.
They look at Black Panther making almost $2 billion, and they decide that they are going, and yes, I am the one that's ranting on this part now, right? But they decide that, you know what? We're not going to put Black Panther in the next movie, or in the cartoons, or in the next movie going forward, or in whatever we have planned for the future.
And then people say they bought this stuff. This is their property. They don't really owe us anything. Once again, Jonathan Majors doesn't really owe us anything, but we're the ones that supported you.
Exactly.
And this is them trying to have this redemption arc. And that's what I'm saying. There's a ways to bring this back, to try to bring these people back. So after Nzo went on and he said all that stuff, there are ways to redeem yourself. But you have to recognize what you did, and you have to admit what you did. And this comic book, it shows what happened with Milestone, why Milestone was lost, why we haven't seen them in the last 20 years. That's what's going on. This is going to probably be the same way to try to get redemption for Jonathan Majors. I'm just saying, in my opinion.
No, 100%, and that's the problem, right? You have, and Milestone, from what I know, I don't know if all the comics were good sellers, but they had a lot of big sellers.
And they couldn't provide enough copies. So I was a collector of Milestone. I finally had a little money, so I was able to go back and go buy some stuff, right? You can't find it.
Yeah.
You can't find it because there's not enough. They weren't able to produce enough. So Icon has like 41 issues. Static has like 42 issues. Hardware has a lot less than those. Blood Syndicate has a lot less. Steel. Everyone knows Steel. You can't find these things. So they were trying to get distribution rights, but soon as the owner passed away, everything changed.
Absolutely. And that's when you take the opportunity to put your agenda across there, right?
Exactly.
That's the opportunity that, Warner Brothers took with Zack Snyder. You've seen an opening and you took it. Morally correct or not, they took it. And now that they did this, it seems like they're just trying to kill the comic books. And that, bro,
they wanted to kill. Understand what this 100,000 issue fight was. They're saying, we're going to show you that these Black characters can make money. We're going to show you that people want to see a Static Shock in live action, that we want to see him in his cartoons. We want to give him the same respect as you give to all your other characters, even your terrible characters you get. You push Santana more than you push Static or Black Lightning, or even give an Icon comic book. They don't do those things, and they're saying, we're going to support this to do it. And that was the movement. And then, but 2 weeks before, they released it online to stop that movement.
That is absolute trash. You know what I mean? That is absolute trash, that you're going to take, these comic books that, maybe not be bestsellers, right? But will probably do enough to prove to you that we deserve these characters, which Bryon is always talking about, making original Black characters, and they'd sabotage it.
Yeah.
That's not a mistake. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and tell me, you can't tell me that's a mistake. You can't tell me, oh, well, guys, it was a mistake and we took it down right away. Well, you know what? It only takes 5 minutes before millions of people get it.
Yeah.
5
Once
minutes.
it's on the internet, it's always there.
Yeah.
You can't scrub everything away. It's
100%. 100%. I think that is absolute garbage. And again, this is some of the reasons why I feel like we need to start standing up. We need to start fighting for certain things, man, or else they're just going to keep crapping on us constantly over and over again.
All right.
I don't like it.
Okay. All right. So that's my thoughts on this. I just wanted to kind of put that milestone history. I think me and Tank are actually going to go through the entire comic book and go story by story to tell you what's going on, why it's important for us to support this, what they're actually trying to say in it. But we're going to probably I think we're going to do that tomorrow. So we'll probably release it the next week. But check that out from Spoiler Kings. But I want to go through your comments real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I also complained about the pussy in his face. What's wrong? Tubi gave it out for $39 for Paramount as a joke. The brush your cat is shedding season.
I do, but these cats, like, it feels like it's never ending shedding, you know.
So I just got Disney Plus yesterday with no commercials. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I might have to go buy this. Dude, it's fire. It's fire. I bought all four. I bought all 4 copies. I want to do what I have to do to kind of support it. And because I want more static. I think static is huge. You know, I do worry the idea that Paramount is buying DC because, you know, DC Warner Brothers also owns the DC Comics.
100%. Somebody, and keep talking. I gotta go find the video, but they made something I can't remember, like No Colored Network or something like that for the name. I was just dying, bro. I was like, yeah, that's good.
No
that's
Purple
good.
of Color. The NOPIC.
Facts.
It's always entertaining to see what ads are recommended on the side. I can't even imagine. Al Pacino, Denzel, Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster, Harrison Ford are my top 5 actors of all time. I have Tom Hanks over Harrison Ford.
Ooh,
I have Tom Hanks over
is a
Jodie
good
Foster.
one.
I have Tom Hanks over Jodie Foster.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is a good one. He's tight. 100%.
I have Sidney Poitier in my top 5.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, like,
Sidney Poitier as well.
Yeah, so mine's a little bit different, but you know, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So your pussycat wants some love.
Yeah, I know.
Saying they got naked gun on 4K arriving. That's fire. That's fire. I hated that movie, but I'm glad you get it on 4K. So, Bryon, we've seen almost every incarnation of powers. What new superhero villain would you like to see Marvel DC create for readers? It hasn't been a few heroes since Miles Morales. That's a good question. I would wanted to promote someone that I keep on saying. Blue Marvel should be promoted. I would love you to go back and give you more Blue Marvel, who is an amazing character. You know, he's a doctor. He's a doctor in physics. You know, he and T'Challa really worked together really well. So of course that's going to be my focus. I want to see Blue Marvel as the main Marvel person going forward. Now I want him interacting with T'Challa, and then give me the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. This is what I want.
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, it's hard to, create new powers when everything has pretty much been done, right?
Well,
but we got to be careful about always
we got to all around with all electric powers. This is all we do.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. We need to be careful about stop giving black people electric powers, Maybe have a black guy where his superpower, he gets a superpower from fried chicken or something like that.
My God. That sounds like Paramount. Warner Brothers coming to us near you.
Chicken Man.
So I could definitely see them doing this thing. Yeah, doing this. Yeah, it's what they did. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Monique? How you doing?
What's up?
So I want to see the Milestone characters. They look interesting. They are phenomenal. I mean, Icon and Rocket they have some of the best dynamic. I love their dynamic together. Static has been doing great things for such a long time. I mean, the comic books are so good. The first 12 comic books of Static, the Milestone put out was amazing. really was amazing.
And you know what? I think I'm gonna, because again, I don't collect comics, but I think I gotta start putting my money where my mouth is. So I'm gonna buy them. I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna
That's
support
great.
it.
That's one thing. Order the DC Universe, the Dakota Incident. Anything that comes out with that, I really want.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do it.
The lingerie ad had me dying. He's like, Storm is black and not electric. Oh, wait. Lightning.
Yeah, exactly. Because the one power that she uses the most is electric powers, right?
So T'Challa doesn't have electric power, because he has the power of a god.
Yeah.
And though I will say Blue Marvel doesn't, he kind of does because he takes out all energy, his all energy. So they just enhanced it more. Superpowers from fried chicken is hilarious and so bad. That's good.
You got superpowers from fried chicken. You got Watermelon Man, right? You got grape Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god!
Expect to see that crap from Paramount.
Dude, if that comes to Warner Brothers, I will burn the whole thing down. It's like literally, I will be sitting in there. I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm burnt. Everything's going. Everything's out of here.
Facts.
All right. So that was a cool topic. Unfortunately, guys, usually we go a lot long because we have 2 more topics to go. I have to run out of here because I have a problem that happened in one of my restaurants. So I want to say for Nzo, guys, thank you guys for so much. The contact, the talk that we just had was phenomenal. I want to see if I could get him to come on with me and we could talk about the Paramount plans for Warner Brothers and Scary Movie 6 a little bit later, and we'll put it out to you guys soon. But as of right now, gotta run because I got an electrical problem in my restaurant. So I appreciate you guys.
And tonight we will be torturing Biggaford Entertainment with the Princess Bride. So make sure to stick around for that too as well. And I want to first off say we like to keep this show with not cursing a lot. I do apologize for the cursing a lot at the beginning of the show, but I was heated and I had to get it out there. But we will go back to the no cursing and all of that stuff. So
the fact that he allows me to say all the things I want to say when it's time, I need to give him the space to do all the things he needs to do. That was right.
Facts. Appreciate you guys though.
Well, we'll see you guys tonight. Princess Bride, going to be phenomenal. We'll see you. Peace.
Peace.